Good morning, everyone. While we wait for others to get in and get settled, now's a great time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. And also, if you would like to smudge with me, now's a good time to grab those items as well as we begin to ignite the healing within. If you don't have smudge with you at home, that is perfectly okay. I am going to send some positive, cleansing, healing energy your way. So, good morning, everyone. A new day. Sending you thoughts of positivity and healing your way. This is our chance to start anew. Aloha, kakahiaka. My name is Malia, and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join me here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We will always breathe, we will always stretch, and explore ways to integrate self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our ancestry, and our customs, as well as our resilience and our strength. So, mahalo to all of you for taking time this morning to reflect, times to honor our resilience today, and just taking a moment of respite to be still, to breathe, and to be with each other in what our founder, Leah Denny, developed as community activated medicine, which means we, the people, are the medicine. Together, we can lean into each other and help each other to move forward on our journey and our path of wellness and self-care. I would like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness team that is with us right now. We have our Community Engagement and Indigenous Affairs Director, Jamie Kellycutt. Good morning, Jamie. I hope you are doing well. Wonderful to see you as always. Jamie is also our moderator at 8 a.m. So when you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting, that is Jamie. So thank you for doing that, Jamie. So much appreciated. And our occupational therapist, Claudia Meyer-Smith. Claudia, always a pleasure to be with you in the mornings. Thank you for sharing these beautiful books of knowledge with us. And it was great to see you yesterday. To all of our relatives out there, I don't always see everybody's names pop up. Let me see if I am seeing any names. Terrell, good morning. Fantastic to spend the morning with you again. Thank you, Terrell. And to all of our relatives out there, if I didn't see your name come up on the screen, I do want to let you know that you are welcome here. We want you to be here, to be a part of this conversation, to be a part of community activated medicine, to focus and take a moment on what it is that we want that serves us, what it is that we want to reflect on, and how we want to honor who we are and what it is that we need. You are so welcome here to comment, ask questions, share your insights, and please be a part of this open discussion. For those of you relatives who are new to these videos, just like and comment the page, and we do that so that when you do comment, we keep you safe from spam. All right, good morning, everyone. I want to do a check-in and see how you are all doing today. How are you? You are more than welcome to share. You don't have to be having a great day. However your day is. If it's a bad day, if if it's a good day, if it's an exciting day, if it's a sad day. You are welcome to share if you like. Claudia says this morning that she is drinking tomato juice. That's my beverage right now. What a nice thing to hear, Claudia. I don't think I believe through our videos I've had anyone tell me they're drinking tomato juice. Lots of lycopene in tomato juice. It's good for the heart, good for the blood. I personally love tomato juice. I don't remember the last time I've drank in it, but it's an excellent beverage. Good job, Claudia. Practicing moments of self-care this morning, early this morning. And while we're waiting for people to respond on how they're doing today, we also have my hula sister, Tina is with us. Tina says, aloha pehea oe, mai ka'i au, mai ka'i nui loa'au. I'm doing so good today, Tina. I slept well, the thunderstorms, I've been loving it, and I hope you're doing well too, Tina. So thank you for asking in Aloha Hawaii in the Hawaiian language. Terrell says, I'm tired but excited. Going to the zoo, social distance style, LOL. Terrell, that sounds like a beautiful day. If you're in the southeastern Wisconsin area or wherever you are, I hope you don't get rained on. Hopefully the weather is great, and that just sounds like a wonderful act of self-care. I love that about self-care. Sometimes self-care can be the most fun things to do. And going to the zoo, getting some steps in, taking in nature, being with our two-legged relatives, our four-legged relatives, our winged relatives, our finned relatives, all of these beautiful species, these diverse creatures in our planet, all of our relatives. What a great way to honor not only our wellness and self-care, but for all of those relatives in existence. Enjoy, Terrell. Marissa, good morning to you as well. And Marissa says, I am well and blessed. Excellent to hear, Marissa. And I'm so glad that so many of you out there are feeling good today. But I want to take a moment to talk to our relatives who are not feeling good today. I want to remind you that it's okay if you're not doing great today. It's fine. It's okay to have a bad day. We all have them. But if you're not doing okay, do take moments to be able to reach out to someone that you trust that you can talk to. Maybe that's a family member, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a coworker that you trust. And you can also reach out to our Cares Warm line. It's open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or you can text. I know a lot of us feel more comfortable texting nowadays. It's one of those strange societal developments, but if you want to text, you're absolutely welcome to text. That is okay. But when you call or text our Cares Warm line, within 24 hours, you'll get a call back and you will be connected to one of our Cares counselors. They will listen to you. You will be heard. You will be respected. Stigma-free, judgment-free. You'll be able to talk to someone who can provide you with emotional support. Someone can help you as you walk along your journey and path of self-care and wellness. And our Cares counselors can also provide resources that may be helpful for you. And we have lots of resources here. There are a lot of resources. So do reach out to someone. And also feel free to join us here, 8 a.m., Monday through Friday. It is Aloha Friday, everybody. It is Aloha Friday. And what does that mean in my culture, being Native Hawaiian? It makes me think of the Don Ho song, Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. I know not all of us are off on the weekends, but in Hawaii right now, every single Friday, it is like a holiday, truly. Fridays, The art galleries are open. Fridays, there's always Hawaiian music wherever you go. You can hear it all over town. Fireworks, and always a yacht or a sailboat race that begins it begins midday and it ends at sunset, and all the sailors start at around Honolulu Harbor and they go all the way to Diamond Head, east to the easternmost point of the island, and then they go back by about sunset. It was always a kickoff to movie on the beach where you could just go to these free, it's like a drive-in, but it's like more like a walk-up movie theater right on Waikiki Beach. I have such fond memories of Aloha Friday. Claudia says she's enjoying the cooler, less humid air. Me too, Claudia. I feel normal walking outside, like I'm not melting. Before we get into our deep breathing, I do want to share the tea that I am drinking today. So, the HIR Wellness Institute, we love us some tea. All of us drink tea all day long. It is one of the many perks that we are provided with here to be at the HIR Wellness Institute. And when we open our doors back up, when it's safe for everyone to be here, when you come here, you will also be offered a beautiful glass of tea. Um, this brand Tazo, this is kind of like one of the common brands you see at stores. Not necessarily my favorite brand, but it is a good, quick, individual serving. Wild apple sarsaparilla. So, savor a slightly sweet blend of warm sarsaparilla and crisp wild apple. This is caffeine free, and I want to tell you a little bit about the tea. So I'll show it to you here. And tea, when I talk about self-care, sometimes self-care and wellness seems like these such beautiful, enjoyable, and pleasurable moments in life. Not always. Self-care isn't always that. But with a cup of tea, it most definitely is. And I don't know if you can see it, this tea, it has a very beautiful like apple jelly color. Um, I absolutely love the smell. It smells like vanilla and honey. Now a little bit about wild apple, because this is a wild apple tea. We do have a lot of apples that grow here in Wisconsin, of course, but wild apple specifically grows in India, and it has, like many apples, a lot of excellent vitamins in it. It has, of course, when you're actually eating the apple, there's a lot of fiber in it. But then also your vitamin C. There's even B vitamins, vitamin B1, vitamin B12. There's things like niacin, potassium, same as you find in potatoes and also in strawberries and berries, or sorry, bananas. So the wild apple in here, excellent. And also the smell, the aroma of it, that delicious apple smell. But then also the sarsaparilla. Now here's where sarsaparilla, you've maybe had sarsaparilla soda before, which I love it. It tastes like root beer. You don't commonly find it in the United States too much. It's not like how we can find a Coca-Cola anywhere. Sarsaparilla, not so common, but you can find it in sodas. But the thing about sarsaparilla is it's a root, okay? There's lots of different types of sarsaparilla, but there's also other herbs and plants where they call it sarsaparilla, but it actually is not. So if you hear the term Indian sarsaparilla, it is not. It is something else. It's a different species. But if you actually consume real sarsaparilla, it's really, really good for the skin. It's a really strong anti-inflammatory. So oftentimes we talk about turmeric as an anti-inflammatory, but this root is really, really good for that too. It's an antimicrobial, and it's known to help aid in the healing of certain diseases, which I won't talk about them right now because they're not the most pleasant diseases. But it is really good for skin. It is really good antimicrobial, and it's a really good anti-inflammatory. So I'll give it a try. I also wanted to say in this tea, we have a couple other ingredients. Orange peel. I always love orange peel. So there's the orange peel, the apples, the chamomile. So this is going to be calming. the sarsaparilla root. So this is actually sarsaparilla. Remember, you want to make sure that you're actually drinking the right thing. Licorice root, cardamom, and the natural flavors are in here. So let's give it a try. This is a really good tea. Really, really good. And honestly, it does taste like apple jelly, minus the sugar. Very, very good. I would recommend this tea. Tazo tea, wild apple, and sarsaparilla. All right, relatives, let's get into our deep breathing so that we can help bring ourselves to our center. We can slow our heart rate, relax the body. I'm going to sit on the floor. My legs are out in front of me. You can sit, lay, or recline however you feel comfortable. I always put my hands gently in my lap. And we're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4 and exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. Here we go, relatives. In through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Continue to breathe as we roll the shoulders, working out any anxiety or tension that you might hold there. Take a deep inhale, bring the arms out to the side. And exhale as we bring that arm across, rolling out that wrist, stretching that shoulder and upper back. Remember, these are just guidelines. You can stretch however you like. Oh, bring that yawn. And the arm across, rolling out the wrist, stretching the shoulders. Now we're going to bring that arm in front, inhale. And exhale as we extend the arm in front, gently pushing on the fingertips, stretching that forearm and wrist. If you don't like that, you can just roll here or whatever stretch feels best for you. Clasping those fingers, pushing the palm out, palms up towards the ceiling. Gently bending from side to side as we breathe deep. Oh, that feels really good. And we're going to go ahead, bend one elbow as we push down with the opposite hand, stretching the tricep. Same thing, other side. Inhale and exhale. Whew. And we're going to finish by looking from side to center, side to center. Oh, that feels good. Double tapping the ear towards the shoulder. And then rolling the chin from shoulder to shoulder. And finally, gently looking down towards our lap and up towards the ceiling. I hope that felt good, relatives. I'm going to go ahead and bring us into our lunar phase according to my ancestral teachings, which is the Native Hawaiian lunar calendar. And remember, relatives, if you want to share your ancestry, any knowledge or wisdom that you feel might be helpful for us or for you to share, you are welcome to do that here. I strongly encourage it. Part of our medicine, I believe, and I know in my heart, is practicing our cultural traditions. So the moon phase today we are continuing on in what we call the Ole moon phases or the Ole Kulua, which means that we are in the second day of the absence of Ku. Ku is one of our 4 major Hawaiian gods, a god of productivity, a god of action, a god of sacrifice for the betterment of self and for people. So if we're in the second day of the absence of Ku, what that means for us is this really is yesterday, today, and tomorrow are days that are focused on reflection. This is a time to really be still. This is a time to finish up or finish up projects or plan for future projects, but maybe not necessarily beginning them. This is also a time that is not necessarily productive for fishing or planting. So again, we might want to maybe, if you're a fisherman, maybe work on repairing or restocking. The same thing with our gardening. We may want to tend to our garden, do things like weeding um, or pruning or harvesting, but not necessarily planting. If you're not a gardener or a fisherman, what does that mean we can do with that? That means that we can really just take moments to decide in our lives what it is that we want when it is time for action. So we can do a plan to prepare for action. Maybe we're thinking about a goal that we've kind of been waiting for the right time. It's a good time to manifest those and think about those things and how we want to move forward. And maybe a good time to strategize plans that you have for the future. Prepping, reflecting, and also resting. I think I'm going to rest today too. After work, by the way, relatives, I love my job. I want to just take a moment of gratitude to say, I love all the people that we work with. I love what it is that we do, that I can be here with you in such a healing way. And I am so gracious today. It's been storming and thundering and lightning out for days. I love it. I just feel so good today. And I think that part of that is because yesterday I was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I took time to prepare my food. And it is amazing how much energy I feel today. Even considering the phase of the moon cycle that I am in for me personally, um, I just feel so good. And it's a reminder how we nourish our bodies really can have such a positive or negative effect on our moods. So yesterday we ate all these farm veggies and garden veggies and organic fruits and vegetables. And I went for a walk and I slept so well, and I feel really good. Our excerpt today from Native Wisdom for White Minds by Ann Wilson Schaaf. Daily reflections inspired by the native people of the world. This page is titled Being in the World. You're calming down enough to be in your world. This was written by a Hawaiian kupuna, or a Hawaiian elder named Nani. How important is it to be in my world? Of course, it is probably not possible to be in my world if I am not in myself. I have to stop, wait, listen, and calm down in order even to begin to be in myself. In fact, almost everything in my culture invites me to leave myself, to drug myself, and thus dull my awareness of what my body is telling me. Even more, my society invites, even demands, me to be out of touch with the world around me and my living environment. What would happen if I let myself feel the noise, hear the pollution, and smell the violence around me? I have to be numbed out to take the world we have created. Yet, when I retreat, get out into nature and calm down, I can be in my world. And when I am in my world, I know deep within my soul that we must cease to destroy it. Being in my world lets my world into me. I love this page. This is profoundly beautiful to me. And please do feel free to share if you have any thoughts on this, how you feel about that, relatives. Do you have any insight? Any feedback on that? I think about this all the time because as modern day people, I'm even going to turn my music off. I don't know if you could hear it before. We become so accustomed to going towards that numbness that she's talking about. So much to the fact that for me, I might have my laptop on for work. I might have my tablet on for my other job. So, like, two jobs at once happening. I might have my cell phone on at the same time so that I can refer to different things or do some research while I'm having these moments in case I need quick access to something. And then I might also have my TV on. And at the same time, oftentimes I can hear my son playing video games and he might be listening to music. So we have these 6 sources of technology that are happening concurrently. And when I'm in my car, I'll have the radio going. And there's just all these things. So sometimes I found, like yesterday, I was driving and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn the radio off. Yesterday, I went for a walk. I chose not to listen to my music just so I can walk and be with myself. What are some ways that we can be with ourselves? My partner, he, this past year, has been on a very, very fruitful journey of self-care and wellness. And one of the ways that he did that I talk about is he lost 40 pounds. And he did it during COVID. And he did it through very mindful actions of self-care, positive self-talk, exercise, and nutrition. And one of the things that he talks about is allowing yourself to be hungry. Okay, so it's interesting because for me, if I get anxious, if I'm tired, if I'm upset, if I'm happy, I will find ways to indulge. A lot of times for me, it's anxiety. So I'll eat something because I'm like, this is good, this is pleasurable. But he invited me um, to think about something the other day. I was eating a lot, and I said to him, like, I can't stop eating, and I'm not even hungry. And he said, it's okay to be hungry. Let yourself be hungry. And I'm thinking, oh no, I can't. I must not let myself be hungry. And he said, no. He's like, just feel it. Just feel what it's like to be hungry. He's like, you're not gonna starve. He's like, we have plenty of food. You're gonna be fine. But just sit with that for a while. Just sit with it. He's like, breathe through it. He's like, truth be told, he's like, even if you feel hungry, you might not be hungry. It just might be this reaction of, hey, I'm nervous, or hey, I'm anxious. I think I need to eat. And so it was really interesting to do that. Yeah, it was just being able to sit with that. Claudia says, I love the quiet. Stillness is my music. Carol says, I like silence. No TV or music for periods of time. I had to break the habit of them on just because. I walk with headphones. So much more relaxing. Thank you for sharing, Claudia and Terrell. Jamie says music is part of my passion, and I absolutely love listening to it, singing it, creating it, and performing it. At the same time, I found through my healing journey that I needed silence. I have learned to be comfortable with my silence and slowing down. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jamie. And I 100% agree on that entire, I feel that way personally too for that entire quote. Um, Jamie, I know you know a lot of music. I hear you sing a lot of it. Um, I imagine you have a Rolodex of music that you know. Um, and I see you sing and um, performing, and I know that music is in your soul clearly. Um, and that's such a beautiful thing. And I feel the same way. I really do. Um, and as a musician, I have found too that, yeah, sometimes the music, um, because music is almost like it can cure the soul. It's medicine for the soul and for emotions. And it can be very influential in that. I think about how my partner, he will listen to metal music, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot listen to metal. I can't. It just puts me in a place that I do not enjoy. So we do know, or you can listen to music and it can bring tears. But I completely agree that for my healing journey, I need silence too, so that I can look within myself and not be emotionally um, swayed or motivated any other way except for what's going on in here. So thank you for sharing that, Jamie. I want to read Journey for the Heart before we go. Melody Beatty, Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. I spoke to a relative, an elder, yesterday. And Claudia, I wanted to say that she read an excerpt to me. And it just so happened it was the same excerpt that we read yesterday. So I thought that was really cool that, you know, someone else out there is reading the same book, someone in our circle, someone in our community, one of our elders. And when she read it to me, my heart was just smiling. Trust the timing of your lessons. Too often, our first inclination when we learn a lesson, gain a new insight, have an awareness, or glimpse a new truth is to judge and criticize ourselves for not seeing it sooner, not knowing it before, or being in denial too long. That's not necessary. It's not appropriate. We're not at fault because we didn't have this awareness or understand this lesson until now. We don't need to see the truth one moment before we see it. Judging ourselves for not knowing sooner can close us off to what life has to teach us now. We're here to learn our lessons, discover our truths, and have our adventures. Let yourself have your experiences. Allow yourself to learn what you learn when you learn it. Don't judge yourself for not learning sooner. Be happy, grateful, and excited when your lesson arrives. Trust your voice, that quiet inner voice when it speaks to you of truth. Be grateful you can hear it. Do what it tells you to do. Trust the timing of your heart. I think what I got glimpsed out of that, and please do share your thoughts or feedback on what you took from that. But it reminds me about how we were just talking about stillness and to be in ourselves, to be in the world. We need stillness and we need quiet. And that quiet is so important to me because then we can hear what it is. We can actually hear our spirit. We can hear our hearts. In that stillness and quiet, we can take a moment to truly listen what's coming from within us. Claudia says this is one of my favorite passages from this book. Also forgiving this feeling of not knowing sooner. One thing I found about adulting for me personally is it's very humbling for me. And it seems like it goes by faster every year that I get older. And one of the things that I'm finding a lot now is there's so much to be gained from that humility, that when we allow ourselves to accept when we learn something, that it is okay that we didn't know it, and to just embrace that and have gratitude for the fact that we were able to come to those truths at no matter what point that is in life. Jamie says, I love that, quote, trust the timing of your heart. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Malama pono I kokino. Take good care of your body. Aloha nui. Much love. And before we go, please do take a moment to click on our community survey. It's linked to this video. It's completely anonymous, and it helps us to understand how best to serve you, our relatives. Ahui ho akuno. I'll see you later. Have a great weekend. And at 12:30, if you would like to join me for some stretching and some movement, we will be doing a Hawaiian dance here at 12:30. Also at 4 p.m. today, is it 4 p.m. today, Jamie? I think it is 4 p.m. Jamie will be doing a beautiful video on recovery, focused on healing and recovery. Jamie will often sing, she'll smudge, and just share her spirit. Jamie, you're such a healing person. It's a pleasure to watch your videos. And 4 p.m., please do confirm, Jamie, that that is the time. You can also check out our schedule of all our videos today as well. And Joe, if you're into art, Zentangle today. Joe is one of our relatives and team members here. She is a beautiful soul as well, and she can teach you Zentangle, which is Zen like mistake-free art. All you need is pen, pencil, and paper. Yeah, and Jamie will be on sometime between 3 and 4 today. Mahalo, everyone. Ahui ho.